In the beginning, there was Eden, a place untouched by sorrow or loss, where life thrived in perfect harmony. Amidst its vibrant trees and sparkling streams, Adam and Eve lived freely, unburdened by pain or the knowledge of death. They knew only joy, innocence, and the gentle rhythm of each day. But there was one rule. The Creator had forbidden them from eating the fruit of a certain tree that stood at the heart of the garden, the tree of knowledge. Its branches stretched high into the heavens, and its fruit gleamed with an enticing brilliance. Yet, even as they lived peacefully, the tree called to them in whispers they couldn't understand, stirring a restlessness neither could explain. One day, as Adam strolled alone in the shade of the ancient tree, he felt the pull more strongly than ever. But this time, it wasn't the tree itself that spoke. A serpent, coiled within its branches, looked at him with wise, knowing eyes. "Adam," it hissed softly, "don't you ever wonder why the Creator would hide knowledge from you?" Adam frowned. "The Creator told us that the knowledge could harm us, or set you free," the serpent countered. "What if beyond this innocence lies something deeper? To know joy without sorrow, life without death, how can one truly understand the other without knowing both?" Adam was silent. The idea of knowledge frightened him, but it intrigued him as well. That evening, he shared the serpent's words with Eve, whose curiosity had always matched his own. "We were given the gift of choice, were we not?" she asked. "If knowledge exists, perhaps we were meant to explore it." The next day, they stood together beneath the tree of knowledge. Despite their fears, they each took a piece of the forbidden fruit and shared it, savoring the sweetness as it filled their senses. But as the flavor faded, something remarkable began to happen. They could feel things they had never felt before. Emotions deepened, new understanding surfaced. For the first time, they felt the weight of awareness, a bittersweet clarity settling over them. But in this new clarity, they also felt the first taste of regret. They knew they had disobeyed, had broken the trust of the Creator. Just then, the skies darkened, and a voice, deep and filled with sorrow, echoed across the garden. "Adam, Eve, what have you done?" They knelt, their hearts heavy with guilt and fear. Yet, instead of anger, the Creator's gaze held only sadness. "I warned you, my children, for I knew the weight of this knowledge. You sought understanding, and now you shall have it, but knowledge has its price." Adam and Eve trembled as they were told they could no longer remain in Eden. They had chosen the path of knowledge, and with it came the burdens of the world beyond the garden's boundaries. The Creator gently ushered them out, though His presence lingered with them as they took their first steps into a world unknown. They emerged into a vast, untamed land unlike Eden, one where the soil was rougher, the winds harsher, and the animals wild and wary. For the first time, they felt hunger gnawing at their bellies, a sharpness in the cool air that made them shiver. Days turned into weeks as they learned to survive, each task a new challenge. They gathered food, built shelter, and discovered fire's warmth. The joy of Eden faded like a distant dream, replaced by the harsh reality of the world they now inhabited. But in this world, they also found moments of unexpected beauty, a sunrise that painted the sky in colors more vivid than any they had known in Eden, the thrill of their first successful harvest, the warmth of each other's embrace on cold nights. They began to understand that the world beyond Eden was not just a place of hardship, but one filled with possibilities. Here, their choices mattered in ways they hadn't before. Every decision shaped their lives, and with each struggle came a new strength, a deepening bond between them. One evening, as they sat by their fire, Eve turned to Adon with a thoughtful look. "Do you ever regret our choice?" Adon looked up at the stars, silent for a moment. Eden was perfect, but it was not truly ours. Here, we are not merely living, we are becoming. Each day brings something new, something we shape with our own hands. Eve nodded, a soft smile crossing her face. Perhaps that's the true gift of knowledge, to create, to grow, even if it means facing loss and sorrow. As they